do a close-up on a stencil cut. I'm going to try and keep my fingers out of the way. Just going to come right in here and cut out a large section of the bat. This is basically just a relief cut. All right. Now I've got room for the greenware to go. I'm going to start right here, come up to the stencil, and then follow the stencil around. Just like that. I'm going to come up here, and just follow the stencil all the way around. And what you might want to do is stop when you get to the end of the stencil and then cut in a relief cut this way up to the stencil. Ah, look at that. It's not cut all the way through. So we'll go back, trace the stencil again, and then push it through. Clean it up. Come into here. Start in the point, work out and around the stencil to the next point. If you start from the relief cut and cut into the stencil, as you can see, it makes a real nice sharp line. Okay, now you saw I took the stencil off completely just to reposition it for you. And then you can realign the stencil, because after you do this about 3 or 4 times, your cuts will be so good that you can just put the stencil right back in place. Cut from the center into the stencil.
So quiet.
Sometimes it gets quiet when you're cutting. Sometimes it's good to have it quiet when you're cutting, so that you can make a nice smooth cut, just like that. Now there's half your bat. Now we'll realign the stencil and cut the second half. Okay, now you'll notice these 2 points do not line up properly. If the stencil were dead flat, they would, but the pumpkin's got a curve to it. So you cut your first half of the stencil, line it up on the second half, and cut the second half of the bat. That's one of the reasons I don't like to cut my letters from the stencils, because when you do this, it makes the letters crooked. where the paper is softer than the stencil, and it'll contour to the piece. And you can pull your scrap out, drop it inside, and clear off the top wing.
Now you gotta do the mouth, right? The pointy bit.
Do the what? Oh, you mean clean up the
Yeah.
inside? Okay.
So I can see that.
All right. Now, when you're doing your cleanups and you're cutting on a weakened area, cut in on the front and then pull the knife towards you. It'll actually keep the green wear forward. No one ever complained about a little freehand work. There it is.
We'll turn it around. You can see all the bats. Finished.